Hello, everyone. It's Brendon Payne again, and today we're tackling the question that comes up all the time with new licensees, and really, I think a lot of people ask this question of themselves, and they ask it to me as a coach and an owner of, well, should I focus on working with buyers or should I be a listing agent? And I want to kind of break down my thoughts and in just in my experience, kind of how that process works so that you don't maybe make the mistake of pigeonholing yourself one direction or the other too early. And so that you don't feel like maybe you're missing something on the other side. We're all tempted by feeling like the grass is always greener on the other side. So maybe this will help you get some insight into really what you need to look at in the beginning when you're building your business, and then some things to be aware of between the differences, and then you can decide what makes the most sense for you. So let's use the scenario of you're in the building process of your business. You're either a new licensee or you've been in the business and you've kind of done a little bit of business on listings and buyers, and you're trying to figure out, boy, am I missing something? Should I be specializing? Because I think a lot of times people really they drive that thought that you really have to be a specialist, and there's some skill sets that you want to learn on both sides, and that's what I want to focus on in the beginning. So in the beginning, you want to focus primarily on your conversation skills. Like every industry, real estate has a different language. And even if you've been in a different type of sales before, real estate sales language you have to learn. You may know how to sell, but you have to learn the language of sales. So the first thing that you want to focus on is the learning the language of our business, because the sooner you can learn the language of the business, then the sooner you're going to be able to communicate at a high level with both buyers and sellers. In the beginning, you're most likely going to want to work with anybody who's motivated to buy or sell. I don't know anybody in their first year in business that probably would have turned down a listing or a buyer if they were motivated. So, what's the goal? The goal is you need to figure out your communication skills and figure out, more importantly, your listening skills so that you can be able to determine motivation of your buyers and sellers quicker. Now, once you have gained some traction and really you feel like you're good at the communication side of it, then you're probably going to start doing more deals on buyers and sellers, and you're going to start feeling a little bit more comfortable. Maybe on one side, you might decide, you know what, I prefer working with buyers because I really enjoy the success, the job well done is when you see somebody purchase a home that they're going to now move into with their family, or they purchase an investment property, which is going to help them reach their financial goals, which is going to help their family. Or you see those things in the end game is like, boy, I really, really enjoy people getting that closing done, and you like showing properties and things like that. On the listing side, you may say, you know what, I really enjoy the financial side of the conversation, because the interesting thing is buyers typically buy more on emotion and sellers typically sell more on logic. So your personality type might direct you more towards one or the other. And then some people feel very comfortable on both sides, and in this market, a lot of people are not selling and moving away. So they're kind of the mindset that I want to help people sell and help them buy. That's two transactions that I get to work with somebody, get a deeper bond with them, and create a customer for life. So don't feel like you have to make a decision on which way you're going to go. Do feel very, very comfortable that you have to continue to work on your communication skills, because it's the same conversation. The real estate sales conversation between a buyer and a seller, it's the same overall conversation. You have to bring value, you have to understand your market, and you have to be able to communicate really, really well with your clients. Doesn't matter if it's a buyer or seller. There's some individual things, of course, that are different whether you're buying or selling, but ultimately to really give great service and provide value, it's all the same. Now, the other thing that I want you to understand, if you have anyone that tells you you're only going to do a certain amount of transactions or a certain amount of volume if you only work buyers or if you only work sellers, It's an untrue statement. We've coached agents on the buying side and the listing side that have between themselves and or their teams done annually hundreds of transactions. So it is all about your skills. And then, anytime that you start doing big types of transactions and big volume, then it's your leadership ability and how you can grow and build a support team and staff around you. So don't feel pigeonholed by your goal or that you have to pick a direction, buyers or listing agent. Work on your communication skills, work on the things you need to grow and scale your business. And again, as always, if you have any topics you'd like to know more about, shoot me a quick text, Facebook message, and I'd love to see other topics that you're interested in. And thanks again for watching these videos, and we'll talk to you soon.